Hi, and welcome back to Hey, Let's Spill the Tea. As you know, I'm Lisa the Tea Lady, and my co-host they are Tressa Vox.
Hello.
And today we have a special guest for you all. It is Miss Deborah Brown. She is the Boot Lady. Take a look there. We're going to find out all about her and what she does and what makes her so wonderful. But before we start all that, let's get the preliminaries out the way. If
Yes.
you like what we have to say, please make sure you subscribe, join, and also share with others. Down below, you'll find information about the Boot Lady and how to contact her, how to join her, how to get in one of her classes. And if you'd like to be one of our guests, we'd love to have you on as a guest. Down below as well, you'll find some information to do that. So today, let's get started.
Yes.
Yay!
We are
excited.
with Deborah,
We are
the
ready.
Boot Lady.
The boot girl.
That's
Yes.
right.
The boot girl.
The boot girl. The boot girl.
The boot girl.
As you know, this whole segment is brought to you by Nature's Tea Company, which we do have Nature's Tea in front of you, but we'll get to all that a little later in this segment as usual. So Deborah,
Yes.
what made you get started as the boot girl?
Well, I got started in fitness first.
Okay.
Before the boot girl. I started with Zumba.
Okay.
Took some Zumba classes, and I thoroughly enjoyed the Zumba classes. This was back in 2011.
All right.
Nice.
And I loved it. I think I did very well. And so I decided I was just going to kind of start my own thing. And so I started my own thing in 2011. And I wasn't calling myself the boot girl at the time. I was called Dreams Come True Fitness and Events.
Nice.
So I had because I had a desire to do entertainment, and I was going to be doing event planning and things like that. So fast forward to today, I ended up seeing on Facebook. I saw someone jumping in these boots I'd never seen before. And I said, Lord, I got to press my way. I got to press my way, honey. I got to get there, honey.
I gotta get those. So what did you do, Deborah? You saw them on Facebook.
I did.
And so when you saw them on Facebook, did it just do something to
Oh,
you?
honey, it to my spirit, girl.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yes, it did, honey. I said I had to press my way there.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. So I made my way to the class, and I'm gonna tell you, I was a jumping junkie from one day. I put them
Really?
boots on, and I'm telling you, I can't even do it now because we're sitting here. But I fell in love.
All right.
And so I found myself going 4 days out of the week. And that could get quite expensive.
That's a lot.
And you know, although I've been married, almost 26 years, I didn't tell my husband how much I was spending. I was spending. I could tell him secrets. I could tell him now.
Right.
I was spending about almost $200 a month.
Woo.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, that was
because
a huge
I was
bill.
renting my boots and I was paying for the class. And then it hit me one day. Well, you're a fitness instructor. By then, I had already ran 12 half marathons.
Nice.
I've been teaching
12?
12 half
Nice.
marathons, which was the goal I was going to get before my 50th birthday. I was only supposed to do one. I did 12.
Nice.
So I made my way. I said I'm gonna start this. So then I got AFA certified,
Uh-huh.
which stands for Athletic Fitness Association of America. You have to get
There you
that before you can become Kangaroo Jump certified.
Okay.
So I got certified in Kangaroo Dance and Kangaroo Power.
Okay.
And
perfect.
that's how I got started. So I taught my first class at Lafayette Square Mall. I actually live on the east side of town.
Mhm.
But I taught my first class at Lafayette Square Mall, the Studio G. Kevin Brown and Gina Brown.
Okay.
She started as a Zumba instructor, and I remember when she started her company. And I know that she was she was just someone that I admired, and I just kind of wanted to work with her and for her because she helped me start my company.
Right.
And so there was no other choice but to work with her. So I partnered with her, and I began to work for her. And I've been having a great time with it ever since.
Nice.
So have you always been into fitness?
I have, well, I would say not always. I
Mhm.
started about 23 years ago.
Okay.
Okay.
And, I was blessed to be at companies that believed in fitness.
That's a long time.
So, yeah, the first company that I was at, it was an insurance company. They had the gym downstairs. That was my very first time. It was 23 years ago.
Nice.
And so I started doing step aerobics, which I am licensed in extreme step and field.
That's license number 3.
And
Yes.
power fitness.
Yeah.
and strong bike. So it's like, so I started there and I absolutely loved it. I was doing cardio and I was doing the weights. That was the first thing. And then, then I started with the company I work for now. They had a gym there. I mean, they have like maybe 10 gyms. They have. So I actually, after I got my Zumba license, I started teaching Zumba there in addition to my job. So that got me started. Then I would talk to my mother-in-law, and me and my mother-in-law were very, very close, his mother. And she would explain to me how much money she was paying on medication. You know, I'm spending
Wow.
$900 a month
Yes.
on medication, and a lot of it I felt had to do with the sugar and the weight gain and things like
Yes.
that.
Yes,
And my
yes,
The
husband,
way
he-
we eat, what we
Yes.
do. Yes.
and I told him, and I told myself, my retirement plan is to be as healthy as I could be. Because I don't have no,
Amen.
when I retire, I don't want to spend $900 a month.
That's
Me
That's
either.
no.
I won't spend that now.
You don't want to spend
No,
it.
no.
So I was like, well,
And I
what could
don't.
I do? So that's when I really got into the fitness. I mean, I started running. I was a figure competitor. That's kind of almost like bodybuilding. I started watching what I eat, and I got down because high blood pressure runs in my family.
Mhm.
My mother was my same exact age when she passed away.
Wow.
She
Okay.
had a massive stroke some years ago due to high blood pressure, which I also have high blood pressure.
Okay.
But I noticed when I started working out and I stared running and all that, it went away.
Yeah.
It actually
Yep.
went away, and I picked up a little weight.
Do you take any type of medication?
I take
now?
one hydrochlorothiazide water pill.
Okay.
But I just started taking it since I picked up weight.
Okay.
which it came not from me working out, because I teach 4 days out of the week. It came from this eating, and I really got to get back to my eating.
I'm
So-
telling y'all can't see her. She's like a size 2.
Come on now, y'all see
And-
this neck.
Yes.
Don't go by that. Don't
Come
go
on
We're
by
now.
that.
women.
I'm
We're
telling
gonna
you.
have.
I'm
Yes.
telling you, she's like
Oh.
itty bitty.
Yeah.
And talking about she picked up some weight.
I
from eating
did
something.
pick up weight, and I noticed that when you pick up weight, for me, because
Mhm.
I was so paranoid when I got high blood pressure, knowing my mother had a massive stroke
Yes,
and
that
paralyzed.
makes a huge difference.
I was checking my blood pressure looked like every second of the day. Any little thing I did, I gotta check my blood pressure. If I ran, when I ran, I found out it lowered my blood pressure. So I began to see when it was raising
Yes.
and when it was.
Right.
And I could tell you for absolute certainty, because I have notes, is when I gain weight, when I don't get enough sleep, and those are the things that cause my high blood
trigger.
pressure.
That's true.
So I absolutely love the fitness industry because I am a total people person. And, I had explained a while ago that my dad wanted me to be a school teacher. That's what he
Okay.
wanted. He wanted me to be a school teacher, which I love teaching. My sister actually is a school teacher. And so I wasn't able, he didn't want me to be a school teacher. I wanted to be a school teacher. He
Okay,
wanted,
that's what I thought.
I wanted to be a school teacher. He wanted me to go into IT.
Uh-huh.
And I'm in the IT field, information technology, it's the computer field.
Yes.
He told me, he said, Deborah, this is an untapped field. And at the time it was,
Yes.
because it was around about, great, tell my age.
Whatever she says, we all just 30 something.
It was
Right,
around,
yes,
yes, yes.
we
it-
young,
yeah, we
we
30
young.
something.
We young,
We
we young.
look good too.
We look good.
We
Yes.
look good. Well, it was probably, it was about the 1980s or so. And back
Okay.
then, they just started getting into computers.
Yes.
And
Yes,
That's
I
true.
remember that.
I've always been obedient. And I was always a good girl. And I did as my father told me to do. He told me to go into the IT field.
And it's worked well for you, hasn't
It
it?
has. It worked well for me financially. But there was always that need
The
to
niche.
teach. I always wanted to teach.
And now you teach.
And
And that's a desire.
the
for you.
desire
Yes.
is, no matter what I do, even on my job currently, I teach. I
Mhm.
teach a personality class. Every job that I've had, I found an opportunity to teach. And this just gives me that opportunity to teach. I mean, I taught Sunday school for 25 years.
Okay.
I will teach anything. I kid you not. I love people. I love to teach. And so the fitness industry, that's really just what got me. It was just a natural thing for me.
So being in the fitness industry, besides your health, it helps your health.
Mhm.
And besides, it actually helps with your passion and your need to help people and teach.
Yes.
Mhm.
Is there anything you would do differently?
Well,
I love that. Okay. Let me clear mine through. Let me just. Okay.
as far as the fitness, I would, to me, I think you have to have a core group of good people to work with.
Let's
I
get
think
This is
there.
true.
Yes, you
Yeah.
have to have people, and you have to know people.
Yes.
And I was brought up in a Pentecostal, apostolic, Holy Ghost tongue talking, rolling church.
Hallelujah.
Praise the Lord. Jesus'
Praise
name.
Him.
Oh. And we were actually sheltered, and we were sheltered from a whole lot. My dad would be 96 years old, and it was just a lot of.
That's a blessing.
You just trust everybody,
Mhm.
and it could come as a downfall too.
Yeah.
And so when I first got in it, I just felt like it was some people I would deal with differently. I would say there were some things I would do differently from that aspect of it. I would say that's the main thing is giving too much, trusting too much. My husband tells me all the time. My husband has to stop me. The shoes I have on right now. Somebody said I like those shoes. I had just bought them from Saks Fifth.
Okay.
And I hadn't even worn them yet, and I gave them to them.
Wow.
And I do this all the time, and he has to stop me.
That's
Yeah.
And I thought
hard.
I came to my senses, and I felt bad, and I was like, why did I give those shoes away? But that's what I would do. I would just try to select a core group of people. Now, my husband, he's always been in my corner, no matter what.
That's good.
No matter
Gotta
what.
have that support.
I need
That's
to
good.
do.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I would say with the bouncing, the kangaroo jumps, you cannot do that alone.
Mhm.
And that was one of my biggest fears, I would say, is because I'm the type of person, I'm a go-getter. I don't like asking anybody for anything.
Yes.
And when I first got
Yes.
started, somebody told me, you know you're going to have to need some help. And I'm like, I
Yes.
never don't ask for help.
Right.
I don't want no help. I don't, and it's true. You have to have people to help
Yes,
you.
you do.
My husband has been there. You all have been to my class.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
Very
He's
nice
been
class.
Yes, it
been
is.
to my
It's great.
class since I started. He's very helpful, and luckily I have one person that's been with me from day one. Has been helping me.
Nice.
And I felt a little bad at first because I'm like, oh, I'm dependent on somebody.
Yeah, but
But-
you know what? When you're in business for yourself, you do have to depend on somebody else.
Yeah.
I couldn't do this without my co-host over there. That's my partner in crime.
That's right. That's
well,
right.
I'm gonna learn from you ladies then.
That's right.
You all
There-
been doing this for a while.
There always has to be someone
Yes.
in your
Always.
corner.
Yes.
And you do have to give a little bit. And
Yes.
there is give and take.
Yes.
However,
Yes.
when you find someone, like you have your husband as well as you have the person that's been with you,
Yeah.
girl,
Hold
that
on
is
to
a
'em.
blessing.
That's right.
Because what does it say?
That's precious.
Have not because you
Ask
ask
not.
not.
And when you ask amiss.
That's,
That's
right.
right.
So there we go.
Yes.
So we already know how that
Yes.
goes.
Yes.
So I think it's wonderful
Mhm.
that you have definitely this young lady that's been in your corner the
Yes.
entire time.
Yeah, Gina Conger.
Deborah, you know, you have done wonderfully in your life. You've got people that help you. You've got your husband,
Yes.
and you have your partner in crime that's been with you through
Mhm.
your bounce class. And has it been just with the bounce class, or was she with you prior to that?
To be honest with you, she did. She started in my Zumba. She was a Zumba student.
See,
She
see,
actually
there
was
you
my
go.
Zumba student,
Mhm.
and she has been very helpful. Even in my Zumba class, she helps me put things up, and you know, because I'm also licensed to teach Zumba Tony. So
Okay.
you're gonna do some little bit of weights in my class. You are gonna get rid of
Good.
this. Yeah, you got. I believe in the whole thing. So yeah,
Let's talk about your class. What do you do in your class?
you talking about my kangaroo jumps class?
Your kangaroo jumps class.
Oh my God. Whew.
It's a wonderful class. I mean, you get a
It
workout.
is wonderful.
Work out.
Oh,
I'm
my
getting
God.
chills right now. I just love the class. But the class, it's done to 32 count music.
Hmm.
We do it to I try to get 130, 135 beats per minute. It absorbs 80% of impact on your knees and your
Oh,
joints.
have mercy. Go ahead.
It's done to continuous music, so I try to keep it going. But the good thing about it is there's 3 levels. There's level A, level B, and level C. So anybody can do it.
Okay.
If you feel
I'm
like
A.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Right. No bounce experts here. Just her.
Now both of these ladies are bounce experts, and she knows she's a bounce expert. But yeah, there's 3 levels, so that, you know, people don't have to feel like they can't come to the class.
Yes,
you don't,
that's true.
If you know you can't do that high jumping jack, you know, you just barely lift your feet off the ground with level A, level B. Your feet is barely lifted off of the ground, and your arms are at the heart rate. And then level C, you just got to take it all the way there. And so anybody can do it. We have my trainer who's in Atlanta. She has 77-year-olds and things. She has
Wow,
a very
that is beautiful.
has an elderly class that does it. One of the things that I've done, and I've done several 5Ks in it, because it absorbs 80% of the impact on your knees and your joints.
Nice.
Yes, I
nice.
have ankle issues, and all those marathons I ran, I can't do it anymore, but I can run in the boots. I can't run without the
Wow.
boots.
I would have never thought
Okay,
about that.
so that is wonderful. So you're saying that you actually put on your Kango boots.
Kangoo, yes.
Kangoo, excuse
Kangoo.
me.
Yeah,
It is
Kangoo.
Kangoo.
Yes.
Kangoo. So if
Yes.
you're looking for the class, you'll know that's what it is. Your Kangoo boot, you can actually use it on the street.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. You carpet, street, regular ground. You know, anything.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've run. You know, I've done 5Ks, and I was initially afraid. My instructor told me how I first started. My original instructor said we're gonna all do the sickle cell 5K, and I was scared to death. I'm scared. I don't want to do it. And I was at one that didn't want to do it, but I did it, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I mean, I was leaping. I was able to leap tall buildings in the city. I felt like Superwoman. I was running.
Woman here.
Woo, yes, honey. And I actually felt a little bit like I was cheating because I was like leaping, and it felt really good.
So you got there pretty quickly, didn't you?
I did, but the only thing is at the end, I like to sprint. I used to be a sprinter. I mean, I could run
Oh, wow.
very fast.
I did too.
Yes,
in the day.
yes.
Mhm.
So I didn't try the sprinting piece of it, but
Yeah.
yes, the boots they're awesome. I love them. I love
Nice.
those boots. I love them.
What would you tell somebody if they want to get started? So let's say one of our viewers said, "Hey, I would like to start a class."
Well, they have to get their group fitness certification first.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm AFA certified, the Athletic Fitness Association of America. You have to study for the test. They give you 6 months. They ask you some of everything.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know, progressions, regression, that's modification. You have to know how to work with people with high blood pressure, osteoporosis, the youth. The youth. You also have to learn the temperatures in the room. You have to know the nutrition. You have to know the muscles and how they work and the bones. So you have to know that, and you have to get. It used to be 80%, but now you can get 70%, and then you pass. That I think they have either a 200. It's a 2-hour test. I think they have 120 questions on that. So after you pass it, now there's other group fitness certification you can get.
Mm-hmm.
I chose that one because I want the top dog. I mean, with that one, you can go to any gym.
Okay.
But as long as you have a group fitness certification, you can do that. And then after that, you can contact one of the trainers. There's only 4 trainers in the United States that can train you to do that.
Wow.
And they don't live here in Indiana. And then, they get with them and then they, can get started. Yeah.
Did you have to go to one of those trainers?
I did. I actually, my trainer, I brought her here. I paid for her to come here. She's from Atlanta.
Okay.
So I worked with my gym, and I brought her here, and I think she was here for like 3 days. It takes about 2 days for. I have certification licenses in 2: Kangoo Power and Kangoo Dance. And the power is just only 4 basic moves. It's hamstring curl, knee up, jumping jacks, and side legs.
Oh, okay. So that's how we do those in the class.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
4. But the Kangoo Dance have more. Like you have the grapevine. You have the ski, you have the jog, you have the ponies.
Yeah, we do all that. It's really good. You're going to send the video at the end of this. You bounce.
Yes. One of the things I like about the bounce is, one of the reasons I like this is because I got my license in Pound Fitness. And one of the reasons I got it in Pound Fitness because it's with the drums, it's drumsticks. And I thought I was going to be able to do my church music. I told you I'm a church girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they told us we had to use the exact music they had. But this one, as long as it's 32 count music, as long as you have the beats per minute, you can do it. So now I do a gospel bounce. It's once a month. It's once a month. The next one coming up is March 27th. And I'm going to tell y'all, we be praising the Lord up at CBG in the boots, honey. If y'all ain't never been to that class, I'm telling you, it is just awesome. You need to come and check it out. And some people come and just sit and watch. Oh, wow. Because the Spirit of the Lord is up in there, honey. We be shouting in the boots, honey.
I love it.
Yes, we do.
Is that class, is it on the east side or the west side?
Yes. So Studio G is at the Lafayette Square Mall.
Right.
But I did just start an east side class. The one that I do the gospel class is on the west side of town. I've only done the east side of town twice. Now the one on the east side of town is at Skiles Test Elementary School. Okay. It's at 7001 Johnson Road. That's on 71st and Shaden.
And we're going to have that down at the bottom as well, so we'll have that information.
It's every Monday, yes. It's every Monday at 6:30, from 6:30 to 7:30, and it's brand new. And I've called people that, first time bouncers, I call them virgin bouncers. So pretty much everybody in there is a virgin bouncer. Okay. Not a virgin, because, we all have seen it falling short of the glory of God.
Yes, okay.
I like that one, that's true.
Yeah. So I ain't talking about that kind of virgin, but they're virgin bouncers, meaning they had never, ever bounced before. Okay. So that's the new class. Studio G, we've been at it for over a year now. Mm-hmm. And so we have some veterans in there. And I really like Studio G. I like the atmosphere. I like the gym. I like what Kevin and Gina have done to the gym. It's very, very nice. Mm-hmm. It's clean. The restrooms are clean. The place is clean. The air, I told y'all I need air a lot of times. So the air conditioning is good. And, when you ask, there was some request I made of the owner, of getting lights out there. And he's an electrician. He made sure that the lights was out there.
It's bright.
It's real bright now.
Yes, it is.
Now, mind you, it's not that she's not saying that the other place isn't clean or doesn't have clean bathrooms. We're just talking about Lafayette Square Mall right now.
Yes, the other place is also clean, but it's a school. And, so it has to be clean. It also has a stage. It's just it's brand new. I've only taught 2 classes. I'll be teaching tomorrow on a Monday, so it's
Okay.
nice.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Well, I
beautiful.
think we've covered just about everything. Did I leave anything out, Miss Avant?
No, you did not. It's just so wonderful having you here
It's
today.
thank
I
you
did
for
good.
having me.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think the last thing I would like to ask you is, how do you maintain your life? Because
Balance.
you're busy.
Oh
Yes.
God.
So how does that work for you?
That is a good question. Everybody, and I mean everybody, everybody asks me that question. I'm gonna look back there at my husband, because my husband, and I'm not trying to uplift him up because he's here, but he does a lot. He cleans,
Nice.
he cooks. My dad,
Blessing.
my dad has dementia. He'll be 96 in August. He helps him. He helps during the day. He makes sure he cleans. He gives him showers. He washes, and then he just picks up the slack, because it is hard when you're working all day. And
Yes.
all I could do is, and not only are you working all day, but people are texting you, I need boots, and you're trying to get your job done,
Right.
and it could get very stressful. And he knows I'm so stressful, because I ask people to tell me when to get their boots, but you're at work trying to get your job done, and you get home and it's nothing but a rush, because I live east. I work downtown, I live east, and I travel west.
Yes.
And I have a very short time frame to get that done. I mean, a very short time frame to get it done. But a lot of times, my husband already have food done. He'll have that already cooked.
Oh, that's a
He
blessing.
will
That's
have already
nice.
had my father fed. He'll
Girl.
say, "What all do you need?"
Partner.
Yeah,
Yes.
he'll ask me what all do I need, and I'm like,
And you're there.
yeah, he'll do that.
I do have one more question for you,
Yes.
or something that you could tell our audience is, I know that you also sell your,
I do sell.
yes.
And I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yes, I am.
Because yes, I am a boot distributor. I sell the
Yes.
Kangaroo Jump. So first of all, when you come to the class, you can rent the boots, or if you'd like, you could purchase the boots. So I recommend for you to rent the boots first, because we want to make sure we have a boot for you. The boot fits, I recommend, renting them a couple times, seeing how they fit for you, is something that works for you. I also sell the boots, and you probably see the website at the bottom, www.bootgirlsbounce.com. We sell boots, we sell the bags, we sell accessories, we sell everything. And as a Kangaroo Jumps instructor, we also get commission from those sales. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, so
I didn't even
buy
know.
from
Yeah, I didn't even know it myself until I got into it. That's actually kind of how it is. But for me, I'm not looking for all that. I'm just trying to get the students there. A lot of people
Right.
want their own things. They want to have it themselves, because a lot of people, I think I've had about 25, 30 people, maybe more, that have the boots. And a lot of them, they are running. They are jogging. They're doing lots of things with the boots. So yes, you can purchase your boots from me. Everyone is always asking, where can I get these boots? Even some people in my class.
She's the boot lady.
I sell the boots. I sell the boots. So please, if you want the boots, please contact me, because I can help you get in a proper boot for your weight. You
Yes.
can't go out and just buy any boot.
No, that's true.
I must consult with you. I must let
Yes.
you know what you need to wear for your weight and for your shoe size, and I could definitely help
And for
you with
bad
that.
knees.
Bad knees. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Makes
Because
a
it
big,
absorbs
big
80% of the impact on your knees and your joints.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a
Wonderful.
huge difference.
Yes, it does.
Well, as you know, this whole segment is brought to you by Nature's Tea Company. Now, Miss Deborah here has enjoyed Nature's Tea, ready to drink iced tea on several different occasions. That's what we have in front of us for her to enjoy again today. Her and her husband, her number one fan and supporter.
That's right.
Without Nature's Tea Company, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't have lovely Deborah in front of us. So if you have any questions pertaining to the BootGirl, the class is awesome. I'm here to tell you.
Yes, it
I've
is.
gone often, and I'm ready to get started again. And unfortunately, like I said before, we are only located here in Indianapolis, Indiana, and she's only located here in Indianapolis, Indiana.
So come visit y'all.
I sell boots worldwide,
But
though.
so there you go. But she's worldwide.
But if you come to Indianapolis, definitely come and check out the Boot Girl.
Absolutely.
You would have
You
a
will
good
have
time.
a
If you want
blast.
something extra to do,
Yes.
you're going to be in town.
Yeah.
And you like to work out, or even if you don't, you want to try something new.
You just want to have fun.
Perfect person to come. She'll make you feel so at home.
Yes,
Yes.
I will.
Yes,
Definitely.
She does. Yes, she does. Anything you want to ask us that we didn't cover, or any question you have for us?
About the tea or about the?
It could be about
Anything.
anything.
I can't think of anything right now, but I do appreciate you ladies for having me.
Oh, we appreciate you
I
being here.
appreciate you all even
Yes.
coming and supporting, Studio G
Absolutely.
as well as my Kangaroo Jumps class.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Right.
And I want to say this about the tea. The tea is very good.
Thank
My
you.
husband and I, we tried this tea at the farmer's market. Now, he's sitting over there. He could vouch for it. He said, "Ooh, I love this tea." And every time we would go to the farmer's market, he had to get him some tea.
Uh-huh.
And even we had at the She event in Lafayette Square Mall, he said, "I got to go get me some of that tea." So we went out and we got some of that tea. So y'all come on out and get some of this tea. We just gonna be helping one another. You work out, you know
Absolutely.
your throat gonna be dry from jumping
Yes,
and bouncing.
that's right.
You gonna need something
Gonna
to
need
quench
some
that
tea.
thirst.
Absolutely. That's how that goes.
Low in sugar.
Only 5 grams of sugar
Yes.
per bottle, only 40
Yes.
calories per bottle. It's good for you, it's healthy for you. It doesn't taste sugary, but it does taste full of flavor.
That's right. No preservatives.
No preservatives, gluten free, no
That's
GMOs. I wish I could say youth in the bottle, but I ain't gonna tell that little lie.
But try it. You'll love it.
You like
Full
it.
of vitamins though, but you will enjoy it absolutely. And it's gotta be cold. But my co-host over there is gonna tell you something she's special, especially that she does with the tea.
Oh, I heard about that.
About the tea? What are you
Mhm.
talking about?
The hot tea.
Oh my goodness. Okay. You know what? That's what I love about us. We feed off one another.
Yes, indeed.
Let me tell you something. You can take this tea, pour it in a glass, a cup, coffee cup, or teacup, let's call it, and then pop it in the microwave and drink it just like this. So we always say to pop, pour, and sip after you take it out the microwave. You'll absolutely love it. It is
Yep.
great. And this is one of the only teas that I know that you can really do this with and enjoy. You can
And don't have to
probably
add anything.
add anything to it. It's sweet, it's warm, and especially through these winter months, it's been great.
Yes.
So definitely try that because that's one of my favorite things to do. That's why she asked me about it.
Yeah. Hey,
I gotta let her say something, otherwise she wasn't part of the whole
we
deal.
equal opportunity here.
Right. Exactly.
Equal. Man, this has been a blast today.
It has
Deborah,
been a
it's
blast
been
today.
fun.
I
Sure.
have thoroughly enjoyed myself this day.
I love that.
Yes.
So I want to say thank you for joining and tuning in with us. And please, if you like this segment, like so many others, please come on out to Miss Deborah's class, her
Yes.
boot class. You will have a great time.
Yes.
Make sure you check out the information down below. It's going to tell you some details about her
Yes.
class, the hours, where it's at. We're going to attach a video. You can see a little bit of her bouncing and see how much fun it is.
Yes.
And make sure you subscribe and you please share with others and come
Please.
tune in. And make sure you click the alert button because that will let you know when we're airing again. You can see who we have on next.
And anybody that's seeing Deborah, make sure that you tell her friends.
Stop and tell her.
Yes.
Tell
Come and
everybody.
check it out.
Yes.
Everybody.
Check us out.
That's right.
And we will be also having segments regularly with other entrepreneurs. So we're so happy
Absolutely.
that you guys tuned in with us today.
Absolutely. So we're going to leave this saying what?
Hey,
Let's spill the tea.